Hi, I'm David Bianco. Thank you for joining me. If you're returning or a subscriber, thanks for your support. If you're new, thanks for coming. And if you would, you might want to subscribe and ring the bell down below to be notified of future videos. We'll have a few more in this series of Analogue Productions and Acoustic Sounds in Focus. And today we're going to talk with Chad Kassem, going into what it is that makes these limited editions so special and how the whole idea of allocations and how the product gets to customers is going these days with all of the boom in vinyl. That's next here on the Sound of Safe and Sound, Texas. Hello and welcome back for my road trip to Salina, Kansas to see the folks at Analogue Productions, Acoustic Sounds, and at their pressing plant, QRP. Chad Kassem and his team were very hospitable to me on the 30th of August when I went in there for some time and was able to stay a lot longer than I had thought, which was great because got a lot of questions answered. So this interview series is in pieces with Chad because he spent a fair amount of time on each question to give a detailed answer, which I really appreciated. So this particular question relates to the allocation of records, especially limited edition ones that are made there at QRP. How do those allocations work when the pre-orders start and then when people start buying? What about the third parties that might be buying wholesale versus Chad's retail store, which of course is acousticsounds.com, and you can order either on the web or by calling customer service, and how those work in terms of what the best route is to make sure you have the best chance of buying what you want so that it isn't gone. And I think Chad used the term buy now, cry later, because otherwise, we've all had that happen to us. So let's take a little look behind the curtain with Chad at what goes on as it relates to the ordering process.
These days, vinyl is selling really well. And so, our retail customers come first. I've been doing this since 1986, and my retail guys, a lot of them have been with me ever since the beginning. Those guys are going to be taken care of first. And, some things we're having a hard time selling anything at wholesale, because like all these Prestige, we'll make 2,000 Prestige, we'll run out the jackets and they're gone. We came out with these things in 2014 and people were, kind of yawning, and, people were making the same records, like a $575 version of the same thing, mastered in 300 editions. And we were having Kevin Gray use the original master. We were doing a flat profile 200 gram tip-on jacket, the ultimate, for then $35. Now they're $40. And we were selling pretty good, but, people were kind of yawning back then. Now all of a sudden, took a while before, sometimes people don't recognize how good something is for a while. They have to be told, they have to read reviews. Sometimes people don't even trust their own ears, and so they sold pretty good, but we didn't repress them for like 7 years. And then we started repressing them, and by that time, people were like, because they were going for hundreds and hundreds.
Ready. Yeah, they're ready.
Yeah.
They're like, this is a deal.
yeah, all of a sudden, they see the same record for $575, and then they see the other ones going for that on eBay or other sellers, resellers.
Yeah.
And now we press 2,000 or 3,000 and they're gone. So we can't supply the dealers, the other record dealers.
Yeah. Well, it's the same way when you get product from another company, then you probably have that same experience on the short end, right?
Yeah, we get the short end of the stick. We get the shit into the stick sometimes. It happened on the Santana Abraxas. We were told we were getting
the one step version. or the
I
original?
don't know how many times they step on them.
No, I'm okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
Yeah,
The one in the box.
yeah, the one in the box.
Okay, we'll just call it that.
Yeah,
Like
they,
yeah, up.
oh
Those,
yeah. We have some of the one steps. They're one step pressing, but they're minus a step
up front of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you had allocations. You were supposed to get so many.
Yeah, we're supposed
you
to
did
get
pre-orders.
Yeah, we're supposed to get 300,
Right.
and we only got 100. So I called the other 200 people and apologized to them.
You called.
I called
Really?
every 200 people.
Wow.
Sorry. And I offered to buy them at retail just to keep, keep everybody happy.
Right.
And they said, no.
Just don't have them.
I just, sorry. So I'm like, well, I have no other choice. I called 200 people. And people were really, really impressed. And they thought, wow, this was really something that you called me and apologized. And then I put those guys, they got the first choice on the next UHQR that we did, like the lowest number. So that's how I tried to do that. So yeah, listen, it's all about supply and demand. I understand that if another company is making a certain amount and their retail customers bought them all up, I realize we're not going to get any. And I'm not going to be upset about that. It's just the way it is.
Yeah.
But don't promise me 300 and give me 100 and tell me that, sorry.
Suck it up.
Right, suck it up. So, we're gonna have to supply our retail customers first, and then when we realize how many we have left, we'll supply some deals.
And for you, your retail customers are the website and the people who call in to make an order.
People that buy from Acoustic
direct,
Sounds.
they buy direct. Just
consumers.
To be clear, that's what retail is, as opposed to
we're
stores or whatever.
We're a mail order company
right.
that mostly does retail.
Right. Just
wholesale is a small part of our business.
Right. Right. Exactly.
But there's another interesting thing that everybody gets so upset with flippers. And if somebody buys a record from me, I have no control of what they do with that record.
Absolutely.
They could throw it away. Right. They could eat it. They could play it. They could keep it for prosperity. Some people get mad that people buy 2 copies.
Right.
I'll buy 2 copies of my favorite records. I might buy 3 copies of my.
I do too. Yeah, I do.
And even if they buy them to resell them, I mean, this is America.
It's their prerogative.
This is America.
That's right.
People speculate on houses, on land. They even speculate on cryptocurrencies.
Just stuff that doesn't exist.
yeah. Stocks.
Yeah.
I think
it's fair.
I started my business by being a flipper. I have nothing against flippers. So all the consumers that get mad at the flippers, I mean, this is America.
Well, yeah, and literally the flip side of that is some of those flippers today, some of those are losing on certain people's product that they bought in speculation, and now it's devalued.
Right, so exactly.
It works both ways.
It works both ways. Absolutely. It works both ways. They were investing in something that found out later wasn't what it was supposed to be.
Rubik's zirconium, it wasn't really a diamond.
Right. They were told one thing and they were sold another, and now the price went down.
Yeah, that's it.
So they're eating it. They're taking it in the shorts.
You take it both ways. That's the way it goes, man.
It's speculating.
Yeah. Hey, one quick segue, because you were talking about pressings and quantities. So to what degree is there a correlation potentially of if my special edition with so many 2,000 has a low number, it came out of one of the early pressings of it, on the stamp from the stamper.
Well, we changed the stamper between 500 and 1,000.
Okay.
Is when we change it. If it's running good at 800, we don't pull it off.
Right.
You know, but around 1,000, we pull it off.
More pressure luck, yeah, no pun
Right.
intended.
Yeah, pressure luck.
Wow,
Well, you keep rolling with
yeah, I know.
the flipping and the pressure luck. Yeah,
Wow.
you don't want to. You know what's funny is about sayings. If you really look at sayings, that's how they came. You know, hot off the press.
Right.
You know, things like that. It's.
So how does that work out then for?
So basically, what you're saying is, if you got number 1,500, is number 100 better than 1,500? Well, no, not really, because
where the break comes, right? Where the break comes in the sequence too, right?
Like, I mean, if you got number, like, let's say we pulled it off at 999, and then the next one was the first one off the next stamper at 1,000.
Yeah.
So the quality, the reason I think people really think a low number or test pressing, I mean, a test pressing, you're guaranteed.
Yeah, that's a whole
You're
different
guaranteed to get one, you know,
yeah,
close.
Very few made.
Right. But still, it's back when they really mass produced albums that they might run a lot off the stamper.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so, you know, but we change it so often that it shouldn't be an issue.
Right.
They all should be. You're not going to hear the difference.
Not going to hear the difference.
You're not going, because we change the stamper frequently.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you are. Another in-depth discussion with Chad Kassem. Boy, he's a ball of knowledge and energy. And if that comes off to you through the screen, I can assure you in person, the magnitude's even higher. Boy, he's very intense in his business, and he knows what he's doing. And, you know, he has an answer for everything. I mean, he knows why he does what he does. And it's just something that, you know, I could have gone on. And I think I had mentioned earlier, it's like, oh, boy, I know there's always other questions I'd like to ask him, which he's said he's open to discussing down the road. But, yeah, I hope that was helpful to you. I know it was to me, to look at the way the setup is and the way allocations are done, and the fact that he is a retail store, and how the third parties or the other sellers are out there who would get wholesale, and the opportunity for that is shrinking because the demand is so high on the front end with his own customers. And as he said, he's had a lot of those customers for decades, and they get top priority. I mean, a couple of his customers called while I was with him, and he's talking to him like he just had breakfast with him. And so it's really quite an interesting business model. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the good old days when people had a lot of grit and heart, and really made speculation business decisions to do the right things and to make the right decisions on behalf of the customer. And I think we all know, frankly, larger corporations tend to be more divorced from that. They're further away from it. And sometimes they're just looking at the bottom line and the pencil pushing activities involved. So kudos to these guys. So there it is, another piece of the interview in the can, so to speak. Have a few more coming, and the tour, of course, you'll be able to watch here over the next few days. So again, for now, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. That way you can see when these are coming. And also, if you want to like with a thumbs up, that's appreciated. Comments are always welcome. I'd love to see those and to respond to them. So for now, I will say goodbye and thank you for watching the sound of Safe and Sound, Texas. Goodbye, everybody. Take care.